Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the KMN 1971, back with my monthly comic book haul. This will be the books that I pretty much picked up during the month of February. So let's just jump right in. Last month, I said that I was going to try to keep it around 10 monthly titles of current titles, and I kind of fell off the wagon on that one for this month. I ended up picking up like 16. But when there's good stuff to be had out there, why the heck not? Kicking it off, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti on inks. Sorry for slaughtering the name. Black Label. Really enjoyed this. Enjoyed this more adult version of Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Great to see Amanda Connor on artwork again, and I really look forward to the rest of this miniseries. I would love to see the Titans jump to the Black Label and see something more aligned with the current in the style of the current Titans show on the DC streaming service. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey movie, however, was not to my liking. Black Mask and Cassandra Cain were represented in name only. The characters that they had in the movie were completely different. The action sequences were not there for me, and the comedy just was not there for me. I don't know what to say. It was really bad. Probably my least liked. Well, no, Shazam is probably my least liked DC EU movie, but this is pretty close. Right there with Shazam and Suicide Squad, unfortunately. Hopefully, the next Suicide Squad with James Gunn, which I'm very optimistic for, knocks it out of the park. But great mini, and I would definitely recommend it. Moving on, Batman number 88 and Batman number 89. No, I did not pay any of those obnoxious eBay prices for this. This is, as viewers of my channel know, Batman is a constant staple on my monthly pull list. So I paid cover price minus 20%. As far as this whole character speculation game is going again, I think there's going to be a lot of people upset when they realize that Hell Arisen is just another cameo. But whatever. I mean, I don't care either way. But great story so far, and I want to just say that Batman has been consistently the best illustrated title in its entire run. Just a murderer's row of great artists that work on this title. Superman number 20, the only kind of clunker this month out of my monthly pull list, and this will be the last issue of Superman on my pull list. I was trying to hold off until or rather hold on until issue number 25, but I just can't. just not my bag. All right, this will be the month that Marvel officially took control of my pull list, and the majority of my monthly current titles are coming from Marvel Comics right now. This is coming from a DC fan. So Conan number 13, Conan the Barbarian number 13, new creative team. Not too bad. I mean, as long as it doesn't, as long as they can keep it at least to Dark Horse levels of quality on the Conan title, I'm such a big fan of the character. I'll probably stay on with this title until it gets canceled. I finally jumped onto the Star Wars The Rise of Kylo Ren train. Huge Star Wars fan, and like many of us out there, like I was buying all of the Star Wars minis when they came out, when Marvel brought the franchise back to Marvel. But after a while, I realized there was no real need to buy every single miniseries, so I just kept it to the regular ongoing Star Wars series. But after realizing that this was canon and that it has to do with the new trilogy, definitely had to pick it up, and this is by far one of the best new Star Wars stories that I've read. So for any Star Wars fans out there, I would highly recommend this story. I ended up picking up the second print for number 1 and number 2, and of course I picked up the third print. The third issue, first print. So go. Another title that is just consistently awesome, The Immortal Hulk, number 31. I know a lot of the speculators have jumped off the title, but hey, if they were actually reading the title, I don't think they would have jumped off. Excellent run on the Hulk. Probably my all-time favorite. Speaking of another incredible run, X-Men number 5, my comic shop owner forgot to put this in my pull list last month, so I ended up picking it up this month. Number 6 and number 7. So not bad. I ended up getting like 3-shot of the ongoing X-Men title this month, so no complaints there. And of course, I ended up picking up Giant Size X-Men by Mr. Hickman, and I've never seen this art team's art before, but incredible, beautiful book. Basically, essentially no dialogue, so you'll go through this book in like 2 minutes. You'll take more time to stop and look at the artwork, which is incredible, but still a good read, and I definitely intend on picking up the rest of the Giant Size X-Men specials. I've been kicking the tires on this series, and I think I'm going to probably end up adding this to my onto my ongoing monthly pull list also. Just love the characters, love the creative team, and been loving the art too. So I can, I wouldn't be surprised if you see this on my pull list next month. Of course, I picked up the free Wolverine Through the Years special. How could I not, as a Wolverine fan? And we'll end off the monthly pulls with Wolverine #1. I ended up picking up the Hyuk Lee cover, which is just incredible. And I ended up splurging and getting the Alex Ross cover, which cover of the haul right there. And my favorite read of the month. That was the best single issue of Wolverine that I've read in quite some time. I mean, great stuff. Kubert art on Wolverine in the main story, backstory, the surprise villain at the end. I don't want to spoil it, but man, that was just awesome. Definitely adding this onto my pull list. Great to see the Knucklehead back in his own ongoing series, and really looking forward to next issue. All right. Yeah, just a great month for current comics, in my opinion, anyway. So, kicking it off with the back issues, I'll start off with some Disney Plus spec books. So, Fantastic Four, number 27, along with Thor, number 271, and, 371, and 372, and that's all, like, basically a Loki spec for that Time Variance Authority, or whatever, so, I don't know. Not really interested in any of those characters, to be honest, but maybe I'll flip them, maybe a year down the road. Captain Marvel, Giant Size Special #1. I want to say this is the first time that Monica headlined her own title. And, of course, as we know, Monica Rambeau, rather, is going to be appearing in the WandaVision series. So, I think it's only inevitable that she ends up getting powers and becomes a character in the MCU moving forward, or at least on the Disney Plus side of the MCU moving forward. We'll see. This is an upgrade, the Falcon #1. This is the first time that the Falcon had his own title. Not his first solo story. That was in an issue of Marvel Premiere, I believe. I have it in one of my long boxes somewhere. But this is the first time that the Falcon had his own title. Awesome Paul Smith artwork. Love this cover. This is another childhood favorite, something that I bought off the spinner rack way back in the day. This is an upgrade for my copy, which I'll probably, end up getting rid of now. Little Bronze Age. Marvel Chillers #4. Didn't know this existed. It was only $3. It felt criminal just to leave it there for $3. And how don't you want to see Kraven take on Tigra? Another slight upgrade, Marvel 2-in-1 #30. This is the second appearance of Spider-Woman. My second copy of Marvel Spotlight #29. Only $4. It has a little bit of color fade up there, but I'd still say this is a fine plus copy. And actually at the same shop, there's another copy there that's like really like VF plus, I would say at least. And he only has it there for $10. Kick myself in the butt for not picking it up. I'll probably pick it up next weekend. Another upgrade, The Incredible Hulk #228, the first appearance of Moonstone. That will be my keeper copy. Astonishing Tales #12. Now this book interests me. Probably just a fine. It has some spine ticks right there, and it's a tough black cover from the Bronze Age, but this features the second overall appearance of Man-Thing, and considering Man-Thing's first appearance was in the magazine Savage Tales, this would be considered, I guess, the first appearance of Man-Thing in a regular comic book. Add to that coolness factor is that it's the origin of Man-Thing, and it's illustrated by Neil Adams and written by some guy named Len Wein, who would go on to have some success in the swamp with, the Swamp Thing. So I think all the history wrapped up in this comic is pretty cool, especially for $5. Power Pack number 1, another upgrade. This has been a haul of a lot of upgrades, but this will definitely be my keeper copy. This book is in really nice condition. Swamp Thing number 153, controversial cover. Of course, with the swastika. As we all know, these comic book videos are not intended for children, but in case any children happen to be watching, and you take anything away from this video, remember this. Fascism is for cowardly, ignorant bitches. I repeat, cowardly, ignorant bitches. Moving on. Fathom. Preview 1998. This is the first appearance of Aspen, and I had no idea. Like, I just picked this up for the first appearance at my local comic book shop. I think I paid like maybe $2 or $3 for it. I looked it up online. This is like a $30, $40, sometimes even a $50 book. Crazy. I have no idea why there's any kind of heat on it, aside from maybe it just being a first appearance or a hot cover. I'm not sure. Speaking of hot covers, in a different context, of course, the Batman. This is the Joker mask movie homage variant, I guess. When Disney was doing all of those movie homage covers during movie homage cover month, I guess. And love the original Mask movie. Love Joker covers. Big Batman fan. So this was part of that Amazon gift card that I bought some books from in the last video. And finishing off that Amazon gift card was DC Comics Presents number 2, which features the conclusion of, the 4th Superman and Flash race. Very cool. Let's move some of these out of the way. Now, this would normally be like a pick of the haul type book for me, anyway. This is Fantastic Four, number 55. I just picked this up this week from eBay. It was advertised as a 7.0, but as soon as I took it out of the bag, I realized quickly that it was not. There's like a 1-inch spine tear right here, and when I opened up the book, it was either already detached or the top staple popped, basically, and the bottom staple is just basically holding on by a thread. So might be a VG minus, I guess. So when I contacted the seller and I asked it, when I requested a return, he just told me, he ended up refunding my money and told me to keep the book. So it went from being a really shitty deal to really cool. I mean, even though it's a VG, it's the 4th appearance of the Silver Surfer for free. So can't complain there. More adventures in eBay. I ended up picking up this lot of Masters of the Universe from the Star series. This one's the worst for wear. When it comes down to it, these books cost me, I think, like maybe $5.50 a piece. So number 1, which is probably only a VG, but the rest of these are like VF to VF plus. Number 2, number 3, and the reason I went after this a lot to begin with, the last issue, which is pretty tough to come by, number 13. So pretty good deal right there. And while I was on my Masters of the Universe kick, I just had to pick this one up finally. I paid, I think, a little over $30 for it. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, number 18, the first appearance of She-Ra. And a great cover, too. So, very cool. And I've had that one on my Masters of the Universe list for a while. So, finally, just bit the bullet and picked it up. Little Silver Age action. Incredible Hulk, number 109. The Hulk in the Savage Land with Kazar. How freaking cool is that? Artwork inside is incredible. Probably a fine, maybe fine plus copy, but unfortunately someone wrote their name on the top of the front page inside the book. Other than that, the book is in great condition. I don't know if that would bump it down to a VG or not, but Still happy to have it in my collection. It's only $10. I've wanted this one for a little while. Amazing Spider-Man number 70, which I guess contains a cameo appearance of Vanessa Fisk, the wife of Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. Always loved this John Romita Spider-Man cover. I think it's a classic, and paid a little over $20 for it. Great deal. Paid a little bit more for this one, ironically, but I also thought it presented really well. It has a little ink overspray in the top right corner, but other than that, really nice. Early Bronze Age, Amazing Spider-Man number 84, taking on the Kingpin. Fantastic. And my pick of the haul, World's Finest number 198. This is also an upgrade. I had like a VG minus copy of this. This is a very fine plus. Paid, I want to say like $40 for this, which was the most expensive book in this haul. So, now I have the first 4 Superman and Flash races, which most collectors would consider the most important ones and the most collectible ones out of all of them. So that's all I have for this month. I will be back next month, or probably maybe the end of this month, with the comic book haul for this month. Yeah, whatever. So that's all I have. Thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. Take care. See ya.